Ta-da! Good afternoon, everybody, class. How are you today? Welcome back to Butterfly Square Garden, a place where you can be free to be yourself. And as you can see from the colored pencils and from our drawing books, this is another video just like the last couple that we did, where we're going to talk about what it takes to learn how to draw and what it takes to learn how to draw people. Pretty basic stuff, but it's what we care about the most right now. So, is there anything else we want to say in the beginning? Love ya. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the button below. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. Let's get this video in because I'm going to make another one in the morning anyway. The days are just flying on by. So we start every class by saying that drawing is made up of 5 basic skills, and they're not even drawing skills, they're perceptual skills. In fact, drawing itself is a global skill in the brain, just like riding a bike. So once you put together a couple basic skills, then you've got the complete skill of riding a bike. Same thing with drawing and ooh, it's windy out today. It's blowing my window. Let's just read the creed. Read the creed. Is that how we're going to start these videos? Oh, so let's get me a little bit more on camera because we want to see me. So, yep. Once you've learned all the composite skills and integrated them, then you can do the skill. Blah, blah, blah. Anyone can learn. We get it. My wire's in the way. So, if you want to learn how to draw, just know that there are 5 skills that you need, and they're not drawing skills or perceptual skills listed as follows. 1. The perception of edges. 2. The perception of spaces. 3. The perception of relationships. 4. The perception of lights and shadows. And 5. The perception of the whole, or the gestalt. So we're just trying to take the mystery out of this. The edges go first, and then that makes the spaces, and then you put those together and get relationships, and then you add some lights and shadows to add dimension, and then gestalt is just what makes it all look complete and put together. So that's the first thing that this book talks about. And then the other thing that this book talks about is the neurology of learning how to draw. So we've learned that the brain is split into different hemispheres, and the left hemisphere is basically linguistic and numeric. But then we need to gain access to the subdominant visual perceptual R mode of the brain, which is necessary. Yeah, hold on. What's it say? Well, the right brain is just more pattern and picture, non-time. So the L brain wants to do the job. We need to give it something that it'll turn down, which is drawing. So blah blah blah. Sorry for all the blabbing, but I'm trying to get this this information across because people don't seem to understand or know what I'm talking about. So all of the exercises in this book are based on 2 principles and aims to teach and I'm copying this book, so that's why I'm doing this. I want to teach you how to draw. So we learned the 5 basic skills. That's the first thing. And then the second is to provide conditions that facilitate making cognitive shifts to the R mode, the right hemisphere, the thinking, seeing mode specialized for drawing. So in short, the process of learning to draw, one also learns to control, at least to some degree, the mode by which one's own brain handles information. And it talks about all the different stuff, but let's get right into one of the exercises. Ooh, that's the star I was looking for the other day. So this is the first exercise, and it's like talking about what it is and why we're going to do it. So I'll just improvise. Is that the most focus my phone will get? Oh my goodness. So I'm done talking. We don't need to see my face for a second. Okay. So we always start the class by drawing our face vase. Start on one side, draw it, and then according to the instructions. On the other side, we're going to speak out loud what parts of the face they are as we do it. And I have been using my notebook up until now, but I kind of filled it up and I'm jumping around. And I can never find what I did the day earlier. So I guess in order to solve that problem, I've got some computer paper, which I know y'all's have at home because everyone's got computer paper or any kind of white paper. And then I'll just put it in a binder when I'm done. But I feel like that might be a little better for the class that we've been doing so far. Okay. Is everyone enjoying themselves? This is what we always do, and I'm never stopping because this is our sigil. Who knows what a sigil is? It's a basic unit of magic, and it's the easiest way to do something. It's what drawing is. Drawing is magic. So, starting the exercise by doing the top line over here, and then I'm going to stop talking. And now that I'm done with that side, I'm going to do what I said in the instructions earlier. So, chin, lips, nose, eyes, forehead, hairline. Okay. So, that wasn't the best example. I mean, it was close. What color should we do on the outside today? Purple. So, uh, why did we do this exercise? It's important to really feel the difference between our brain and left brain, and the more you become familiar with it and feel the difference, then it'll be easier to, cross over and do whatever. You'll just be in the right frame of mind for drawing. So maybe if you meditate or draw after a nap, just don't be chugging coffee, don't smoke no crack. It just won't help your drawings if you're like up there. You need to be like calm to draw. So yeah, on the other side, you're supposed to be talking about where you are, because that's very linguistic, and that exercise causes a mental conflict because the hemispheres are competing, and we want the left brain to give up the work job to the right hemisphere. We're just talking about it. Anyways, so I think I messed up a little bit. I could have done better on the chin, but in general, this is the face vase. It's not the worst job. I literally took like 3 seconds. You're supposed to spend about 5. How long does she want you to do this? Do 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 do. It should say. Da, 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 da. I haven't. We've done this exercise so many times. It should take you about 5 or 6 minutes. So I took like not even 30 seconds to do that exercise, but I've done it a lot of times. I mean, if you were to line it up, maybe with, I don't know, red or something, like the nose basically lines up, the lips basically line up, the chin basically lines up, the bottom of the neck basically lines up, the forehead basically lines up. So if I were to do a grid, um, like, I would say it's pretty close, other than like, maybe this spot I could have had the chin come out a little bit more. But then even on this side, the chin could have been coming in a little more, so. Do 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 do. Anyways, that is one exercise to get you from the left hemisphere to the right hemisphere. We're going to save this. Let's date that because we're putting it in our book and we're going to save all of them from now on. Everything we draw on camera from now on, I'm going to save in my little binder. I mean, we'll see, theoretically. 4, 5, April 2021, JSJ with my little butterfly. Doop. And then, I don't know. I'll hold on to that for this second. Oh, and I had the little star over here. To sum up, the point of the seemingly simple vase faces exercise is this. In order to draw a perceived object or person, something that you see with your eyes, you must make a mental shift to a brain mode that is specialized for this visual, perceptual task. And it talks about the difficulty causing conflicts, and you gotta do what you gotta do in order to solve the problem. So if you felt that mental crunch, good, because we're trying to get past that. A lot of people give up drawing because it makes them feel frustrated, but that basically means you're on the right track, because if you keep drawing, then um, your brain gives up the fight and it just does the job. So, just keep doing it. We've also done upside down drawings. That's a really good exercise. We talk about pure contour drawing. This guy's looking at his hand and he's drawing the wrinkles in his hand, but he's not looking at his drawing because he's just focusing on practicing seeing the edges of the wrinkles in his hand and then making a connection between the brain and the hand, like drawing that on the page, like without looking at it. So it's kind of like learning how to type on a keyboard without looking at your fingers. It's just an easier way to do things. Drink green tea, it's good for your health. This face fuzz exercise came out okay. It wasn't perfect, but I didn't take the 5 or 6 minutes. How did yours come out? Drop a comment below. I want to see your face fuzz exercise. I'm still waiting to see one of you students. Negative space. We're going to do that sometime, but I just haven't gotten up the excitement level for it yet. Is there anything else I want to say from this book? No. I think that's it. Oh, goodness gracious. We're 12 minutes in already. So we did our exercise. That should have gotten us in the right frame of mind for the next step, which is a little bit of anatomy. Oh, goodness. Where do I want to put the anatomy? Maybe I'll just draw the whole skull. Let's see. Plugging my phone back in. The wire hip. Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, it's okay. So we've done a lot of work from our anatomy book. And by a lot of work, I mean basically the same work over and over. The study of anatomy has long been essential for training painters and sculptors who want to accurately portray the human form. We'll paint and sculpt. We'll get to that, but I think first we want to work on just drawing. Isn't that cool? I would like to draw like that. It talks about the evolution of the science and how they used to dissect cadavers, and scientists and doctors and artists all worked side by side. That's pretty interesting. But I don't know many doctors who can draw like that. That's some pretty good drawing. In fact, I copied a lot of these when I was applying for art schools, which I got in, but it was just very expensive to go to art college, and I already had my art high school experience. So the whole first chapter is just getting into the language, but I don't think that's as important to me at the moment. I would really like to just jump ahead. Ooh, I always like that one. So to chapter 2, the head, the face, and the neck. The human face is one of the most challenging forms to portray. Whether drawn, painted, sculpted, or created digitally, the head and facial features continue to intrigue and inspire us with their poetic, mysterious beauty. That's how you can feel about yourself while you're drawing. Poetic and mysterious and beautiful. My lips are dry, but I think it might be because I've started using chapstick that my lips have started drying out. So I need a pulling thread. um, I think I'm just gonna start doing this thing, um, where I always kind of draw a skull. How do I want to do this? Is it better to be side by side, or is it better to be um, top and bottom? I'm gonna go side by side for now. Also, what color should we use? I think we should use blue. Didn't we do blue last time? Oh well. This time we're using Kingfisher blue colored pencil. I just picked up a brick. Then, oh, let me sharpen my pencil with the brick. Isn't that funny? This is what you guys come to see my videos for, right? Those little things. So I'm using, hold on, let me sharpen, then I'll name it for you. This is Faber-Castell since 1761. La 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 la. Pencil sharpener. It is the best pencil sharpener I've ever had out of all of them, and I've had some really good ones. So I'm gonna draw the skull, and then we're gonna add in the neck today, and then tomorrow we're gonna add in the spine. But that is, I think, the process. We're just gonna eventually get to the point where we draw the whole skeleton. But for now, that's just how far we've gotten. So we're gonna add a little bit more every single day. And since I'm using colored pencil, I've got to be careful because you can't really erase with the colored pencil. And I know it's kind of circular, and then it comes down like that. I'm gonna see like how close I can actually get it to the picture that's right there. Kind of, yeah. So I'm starting with this dome shape on top, which looks like a rainbow. And then I've already divided it in half. We've got a superciliary arch, which is the brow line, which is connected to the superior temporal line. Which is the temple line. Oh goodness. One side's higher than the other. What am I gonna do? This is kind of where the zygomatic arch goes. What's going on here? I'm like, this one's pointed up here, and that one's pointed down there. So which one's right? Maybe they're both kind of right. So the zygomatic bone kind of comes out like this and then goes back in for a little S swoopy. But we'll get back to that. Right underneath the superciliary arch is the glabella, which is right here. The glabella basically shows us where to put the eye socket or the orbital. Mm, the orbitals connected to the zygomatic process, which is, the cheekbone. Oh, that's interesting. The shadow is this whole thing, and this whole thing is in shadow, just to get a little bit of a, what's the word? A general shape. We don't want to go too specific because we don't know. We can always make a mistake. We ain't perfect. So the nason goes basically from the middle of the eye socket, or a little above the middle, all the way down past the about to the zygomatic process. Split that in half. And then we've got something called the nasal cavity, which extends from the top of the zygomatic arch to the bottom. There's a little bone separating them from the left and the right. It is shaded in a little bit, so I'm gonna put a little shading, just a little shading. I almost dropped my pencil. This all needs to be way darker, but we'll get back to this all. Like, I need some hard lines. So, the upper cheek, the cheekbone's called the zygomatic arch slash process, zygomatic bone. You get the drift, gist. So basically, matching up with the eye socket coming down is where the jawbone connects. The lower jawbone is named. What's it named, everybody? That's right. It's called the mandible. And the upper jawbone is called, that's right, class, maxilla. And this is nasal cavity. Oh goodness. The nasal cavity is supposed to go like all the way up to here though. I don't know, no. And it's supposed to come out to at least that far. Alright, no, I mean it's getting there. I see some weird shadows, but I'm gonna put them in. So I'm just drawing basically whatever it is that I see. Oh goodness, this is supposed to be like that. Not supposed to be like that. Well, I guess we figured out which one was in the wrong spot. I'm not even done with the bottom, so I'm gonna just keep going. Because if I mess up the bottom, then everything I drew on the top was kind of a waste. So let's just upper dental arch, lower dental arch. Ooh, that was kind of smooth. I kind of liked how that went in. And then we've got, what the heck is it called back here? And I also don't know what this little loopy thing is. Do 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 do. But that is kind of what a skull is supposed to look like, ain't it? And on top of that, like, this is about consistency of drawing. I'm not trying to, I mean, I am drawing to get the perfect skull. That is kind of what I'm going for. That's my goal. But if I'm training for a marathon and the marathon is the goal, then that doesn't mean that I have to run a perfect marathon every time. It just means that you get up out of bed and you grab your water bottle and you eat your breakfast and you go for a run. And you do that over and over and over. And the person who's the best at creating running as a part of their life is probably most likely going to be the one who is winning all the medals. And it's kind of ironic because winning the medals isn't even important to the person who's winning the medals, who's at least for running. I'm using running as an example because they're running just to run, and everyone else sees that as like a worthy achievement. I'm just babbling as I draw, but I just think it's so interesting. Um, like that's the difference between people who do something as a passion and people who do it just to get like validation, um, which will never really make you happy. Just being honest. So there's like a highlight right over here. So I'm like kind of confused because I know that it's an indentation because it's like an eye socket, but there's a highlight which makes it brighter than the stuff on either side of it. So I'm like, well, how do I communicate that information? A do 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 do. I'm gonna close this side up. Let's see. This is called the mental tubular, and the mental. Why do I'm thinking of badunkadunk. It was so the worm with the big brain. The brain was the mental tubular, and mental process. Mental protuberance. That's why I'm thinking ass. That was our mnemonic. So I said I would come up with a better mnemonic, and I didn't. And the one that I came up with didn't work. But I think now that it already exists, I think it would be easier to remember that one than to make a new one. So I'm gonna keep it. Um, that's how I'm gonna remember mental protuberance and mental protuberance and mental tubercle. Tubercle. Tubercle's the worm, mental protuberance, fat ass, you know. That's how we do it around here. So I pretty much have everything where I want to put it, so it's just about cleaning up the lines, and, you know, making a better definition of what I've got here. There's some really dark spots in this picture. Okay, so that was supposed to be like this. Do 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 do. Not bad, not bad so far. I can see where it's supposed to go. Let's see. I want to have a little bit of shadow here, and I want to have some shadow here, and clear up that line. So, do you guys have any favorite music out there? Like, do you have any favorite instruments? Do you do anything other than drawing? Do you like for a long time I thought Lady Gaga was my favorite, and for some time Beatles were my favorite. Boop 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 doo 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 doo. I'm staying away from drawing the teeth for some reason. I should really just get into it. But I have to sharpen my pencil first. Do 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 do. Not bad. I mean, it's not the worst skull. I can see where it's supposed to go. Right? I think eventually we're going to start having live drawing class sessions. And then posting the video online later. But I think that's the direction that this is starting to go. But we just got to get a little better first. But I think that's kind of what's going to end up happening. Do 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 do. I don't really know why I'm doing this, but I feel like it's important to add this in. Do you got any favorite movies? I just really want to establish a community where we talk to each other and really know who each other are. I've got a couple subscribers, but most of them are hiding, so I can't even see who they are and congratulate them and blow up their YouTube, which is what I really want to do, is like blow up all y'all YouTubes. So once again, I'm just avoiding drawing the teeth by making it the last thing that I do. Um, which is dumb because if I mess up, then I just did this whole drawing. I mean, all progress is good I don't know. The work is all, it's going to add up to something eventually. Man, I'm so dehydrated. How many times have we drawn this skull? A couple times, yos. So that comes in and then goes out, and this comes in. And this is the nasal bone, and this is the nason, or the root of the nose. So we know that the teeth go 1, 2, and then it kind of goes like this. And then underneath, we've got, it's almost like a clam shape, because it's like, how do I describe like a clam? do 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 do. And the others, this is like a rainbow. Do 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 do. So we want really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, and then do 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 do. Ooh, this one's do 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 do. After the first 4 clam shapes, it kind of goes into some other kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 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 do. Uh-oh. I might have messed it up. Like, not really messed it up, but 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This guy is just gonna have a really small jaw, but who's gonna know, right? Who's gonna know? This whole thing is shading in, and then it's got like a little bit of a shadow um, underneath the teeth, like little triangle-y thingies, and same thing up here. Oop, I did that way too dark, but now you know what I'm talking about at least. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do. Oh man, doesn't matter. And then I like to put a little bit of shading in between the teeth. Do 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 do, especially the lower row. Ah la 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 la. Yeah, teeth have like lots of shadows in between them that kind of makes them pop. So, not that teeth are hard to draw or anything. It's just you gotta focus. Otherwise, they'll be like, we're designed to be like easily be able to see when someone's got jank teeth. So, no offense to anyone whose teeth are jank, but um, you know, everyone's different. If it really bothers you, get braces if you can afford them. I think I'm kind of done working on this. No, I'm not. I need to put in the squiggly digglies. So that's just what I'm calling the stuff to divide the bones. There's little squiggles here that separates. This is the frontal bone, and then the parietal bone is on top. Temporal bone is on the side. Occipital bone's in the back. Zygomatic bone, cheekbone, brow line. Do 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 do. What else? What was I trying to say? What am I going for? Am I just doing the shadows to close it up? Oh, the squiggly digglies. So this is separating the maxilla from the zygomatic bone. Do 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 squiggles. I think that's it. I finished. Yeah, I can probably draw a little bit more so that you guys have more of a camera-esque ready skull, but this one looks pretty good in person. Oh, here we go. Squiggle diggles to separate the zygomatic bone from the top of the bone. I don't know. Frontal bone? I guess that's what I'm going to call it. Superciliary arch and temporal line. So that's where we're at, everybody. Drop a comment below. Do you like my skull? So really what I want to do from here is add on some more bone. Does it have a front-on neck bone? Otherwise, we're just going to get the side neck bone for today. I guess that's it. Oh, you can't really see it because there's, what is this? Thorax? What's the neck? What's the neck called? Maybe it's not even important. Oh, this thing. But it's not really there. I don't know. What am I supposed to do, guys? I guess we're just going to skip this. We're going to follow what the book says, because I don't really care. So we're 39 minutes in. This is our skull. We keep practicing drawing the skull. We know all the words, except for sphenoid bone. I'm still remembering that. The vomer bone. That's what this one is, this little thing in here. The vomer bone. Yeah, there's still a couple things. Lacrimal bone is the bone behind your eye. So, like, this is the lacrimal bone is like in the eye socket. Yeah, and the sphenoid bone I would have to show you. It's like on the side over here. And that's just what it takes to learn the anatomy. And I thought I would be able to draw the neck here, but I can't. So I'm just going to really quickly do a speed sketch of this guy over here. Should we still use blue? I don't really want to. I want to use more of like a orange. I doubt it's going to come out though. So, do I want to use this paper? Yeah, I do. I want to use this paper. So the guy's head is kind of cut off. Do 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 do. This is the back of the skull. And it comes like this, and like this, and like this. Do 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 do. That's the hearing hole. This is the jaw. Yeah, it is the jaw, but what I mean is the mandible, body of the mandible, remus, angle of the mandible. I'm repeating because repetition is how y'all's learn. Zygomatic bone goes here, which is connected to ba 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 ba. This. It's like Halloween. I'm gonna be so ready when Halloween comes by, yos. Do 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 do. So that's a little skull baby head. Let's give him some teeth. Do 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 do. Okay, I mean it's not perfect, but that's not what I wasn't going for perfect. I was just trying to get a skull in so that I can move on. But that's what I'm starting to learn is you kind of have to draw everything every time. So that's just a little trick, everybody. You gotta draw everything every time. Not really. Like you can always do gesture drawings, which we will get to in just a second. So I'm kind of seeing the spine come down like this. That's where like the neck was going. Yeah, do 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 do. So this is us moving on to the next piece. I'm gonna do the next part in red. So let's see. I kind of want to start with this weird neck thing. It's probably not good to start here though because I'm supposed to be measuring. And now that that's red, I have to make this in a different color. So let's make this green. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cervical vertebra. And that's kind of what we're practicing today. And the way that I'm going to measure this out is and there's little like balls on the end. It's the sphenios process is here. And then the dens are the balls in the middle. So I'm going to go starting from the base of the cranium, the occipital bone. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then they all have like this little connecting piece to it. Oh crap. It starts like way up here. No, it's not crap. I'm just learning how it works. All right, one down. Now we're going to the next one. Do 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 do. It's got a little bumpy. 2, and then 3 is this one right here. I put these too close together. Oh well. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's kind of coming down. I don't even know what kind of shape to use to describe these things. It's almost like a fish. 4, I'm getting a little confused. 5, 6, 7. So we've got 7 of those, and then this weird thing going on over here. So that's basically our anatomy practice for today. We're always going to start with the skull, then we're going to go to the spine, and then the hips. This is just the natural process of anatomy. That's how I learned how to do it. Once you can do those, then I'm going to probably add in like the shoulders, the arms, everything in the torso and the legs. So now that that's what we did for our anatomy practice today. To complete the drawing, we're going to sign and date it. 4/5/2021 with my little butterfly insignia with my JSJ. Not so bad so far. What do you guys think? I'm going to blow it up and I'm going to use the other camera. Boop, boo, doo, 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 doo. Oh, hello. How are you? So, we drew a skull and then we drew another skull on the profile with the 7 cervical vertebra, and we even started drawing in, I don't even know what it's called. It doesn't say. Voice box, whatever. Your throat. Now, I hope you're enjoying class so far. We're already almost at an hour, and it's supposed to be an hour-long class. This is a pretty good drawing. Like, I want to compare it to the ones that we've done so far, but I don't want to get the book because it's all out of order and some are upside down. So this is the new thing that we're going to do. We're going to keep a binder, and then we're going to flip through them every single day before and after, well, at the end of class, because that sounds like fun. It only took us 6 days to get organized. I think it would be nice to give it a little bit of a background. I remember blue and yellow working really well, so I'm going to put a little bit of boop, boop, boo, like that. I like to do little bubbles. And then, yeah, you don't always have to do this, but like I've said, it just helps your pictures pop. Especially when I was doing my drawings of my face and trying to get the facial recognition software to pick it up. What really helped was if you separated the drawing from the background by putting in a background. Now, I'm not really sure if I should color in over here, but I'm going to. But it feels kind of wrong. Now we're ready to move on. I'm closing this book. Should we draw those soon? We'll draw those after we do the skin. And should I do these? I didn't draw those. I'll draw those really quick, just like a speed draw. So the atlas looks like they all look like your hips almost. I'm drawing these in like really quickly, and then it comes out like this, and it goes up like that. So that's the atlas, and then I'm going in backwards order. We've got another one with a little Y shape. Do 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 do, and it's got these things over here with a little ball on the top, and the ball is called the dens. And this whole thing is called the axis, I guess. So boop 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 boop. And then this is the actual vertebra, I guess. This, I don't know. Let's just draw it. La 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 la, and it comes out like a weird little bumpy thing, and another weird little bumpy thing, and another. These are the weirdest. How does our body know how to make these things? It blows my mind. I mean, of course I know morphic resonance, but it just like, do you see that? We have a bone that's like that. Oh goodness. So I don't feel like shading them all in, but this says Spinius process is the little ball. And then it just says superior views of 3 cervical vertebra, because I guess there's like 3 different kinds. Like what the hell? This atlas doesn't have a Spinius process, but all of them here do. So C1 atlas, C2 atlas, C3 atlas. Oh, axis? What? I have to freaking look this up. I have to see how that all works. Whatever. This is just. Should we? We'll write it down. 7 cervical vertebra of the neck. That's the practice that we did today. Cervical vertebra of the neck. We always start with the skull, and then we moved on to the cervical vertebra of the neck. That's it for that. So I will flip through my sketchbook with the work that we've been doing at the end of class, but this is just moving on. We did this one first, and then we did this one. So I'll just do a little tag on the papers. Let's do bottom right. 1, 2. Ooh, how exciting! We're up to 2, everybody. Let's draw 3. Maybe in a 4. Probably not a 4. We'll see. So to finish up class, I always talk about how just to get everything up until now is just to get up to this point. So we talked about the 5 basic skills that you need to draw, perception, which are perceptual skills, the way that you see things. So edges, spaces, relationships, lights and shadows, and gestalt. You don't have to say perception every single time. Just to repeat, in order to know how to draw, you need to be able to see edges, spaces, relationships, lights and shadows, and put them all together for a cohesive image for gestalt. So that's it. And then switch over from the left hemisphere, which is the dominant mode of thinking, to the R mode. So maybe that's why some other people, I was scratching my nose, are maybe like autistic or something, where they're just not as linguistic. Some of this could come easier for them. So maybe if you want to work with some of these people, or yeah, you can figure out how to draw or show them my videos or something. I don't know. I like to eat apples and bananas. Just kidding. I like to start my figure drawing with some gesture drawings. I'm going to take my shirt off now, as I'm the model. I don't have any other ones, so. I don't need my headband on. That's stupid. Did you like my anatomy? Well, I'll show you again. But drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So I'm starting off by putting a little shape on the paper, and I see another little shape going like this and like that, and we know that the head is, you divide it in half, and that's where you get the eyes. Shadowy. I'm getting a lot of shadow on this side of the face. Okay, so this is my superciliary arch, or the brow line would be right up here. Temporal line, zygomatic bone, glabella is right here. I decided to just jump right in. I can't wait to get up to the point in the book where it talks about noses, because I'm drawing noses a lot, but I would rather draw noses after having some instruction. It's funny how you can learn something so many times and still feel like you haven't actually learned it. It's my face. I see it every single day, so I should be able to draw it no problem. Gesundheit. I literally just sneezed into my elbow, but I didn't have a shirt on. It's still COVID, everybody. Make sure you cover your mouth when you sneeze. Make sure you social distance. Make sure you wash your hands. Get the vaccine as fast as you can, and it does matter what kind you get, obviously, but the most important thing to know is that we're trying to get the vaccines out so that people can be protected, and then there'll be less variants. Instead of saying mutations, they want us to say variants, so there'll be less variants. That way. So, there's like a shadow right here, and then my brow comes like this. I know I messed it up, but I'm still going. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Bo, bo. I say so much. I apologize, everybody. Do 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 do. That was just my first one. I'm gonna do another gesture and then I guess another. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll just. What do I want to do? Yeah, I found that until I can draw my own portrait, self-portrait with some confidence, I don't really see the value of spending a lot of time drawing a single portrait, because I feel like it's just gonna turn out like garbage anyway, so I would rather do several quick drawings um, and rack up the experience. So that's kind of my thought process. And then eventually I'll probably be able to draw one really well, but that hasn't quite happened yet. So I'm not really sure what the heck is going on. I don't want this video to be too long because it's already so late. So I'm just going to wake up early and do another one tomorrow. But I am happy about the fact that I made one at all. Every day that I do this is pretty much a day that I don't drink. So this is day 6. Which probably isn't that big of a deal, but I don't know. Could save a life. Like, I don't know. I feel like I was at the point where I could just stop. But you need to replace it with something. You gotta start doing something else. Otherwise, it's really hard to just stop. Otherwise, you're just sitting there staring at the wall. Like, what do I do? I don't know. I've never got this far. No, I'm just kidding. You just need to return to stuff that you were doing before you're drinking. Maybe if those didn't work, find something new. Like I was playing cello for a while, but it just took importance. Otherwise, I would be doing cello. But then I was drinking while playing cello, so. But that doesn't work. Find stuff that you can't do at the same time. Drinking and drawing don't mix. So. Um, mm, 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 It's so weird because the lips are supposed to be. That's why. This eye is supposed to be like above my nose almost, and it's just not. And I still can't quite get the gist of like putting my hair in and let's see, I don't know, the jawline. My hair. No, I'm just messing it up now. Wow, my hair is like really flowing out there today. I do. I had to stop talking for a second. Yeah, as I can see, like this whole side of my face should all be in shadow. That actually kind of helped. Like I can see what's supposed to be happening. So that's interesting how you can gain experience just by doing. So that's why I'm such a big advocate of like regardless of whether you're coming out with good or bad work, just make work and worry about the judgment later. But it's more important to be creating the work because that sets the foundation for the next time that you create work. Like obviously I'm doing this to help like for myself and for you guys to build like a really kick-ass portfolio, whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to get into art school. Um, it ain't gonna happen unless you're out there doing it every day. Um, like your skills won't really deteriorate because drawing doesn't work that way. It's just that there's so much to learn. But then again, according to this book, Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, um, you can learn relatively quickly. So that's kind of what's going on. How far can you go into that R mode? Because if you take an hour to draw, chances are much better than if you just take like 5 seconds to draw. That's a pretty good portrait. Yeah, that one's not so bad. Let's see if we can get a little, what we can get away with. And then I see how it goes like that, and this goes like that. A do 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 do. That means this whole thing has to be more shadowy. And this whole thing. Do 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 do. Oh, this. Oh, I missed a lot over here. And I know that this kind of comes in. There's like I do. There's like a highlight right over here, so I'm kind of struggling with that spot. So maybe I should just leave it alone for the moment. Yeah, I think I'm at the part where I'm starting to mess it up. I'm like, I don't know, I never got this far. I don't know what to do anymore. That's literally what I sound like. Just kidding. Putting in my talkie ball. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up cutting this short after this drawing. La 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 la, and then this whole thing goes into. This should all be dark, but um, it would go into that one. A do do do. Maybe I should draw one straight on really quickly. What would it look like if I try like without even if I break all of the rules? What would it look like if I break all of the rules, everybody? I'm not worrying about anything right now. I'm just drawing exactly what I see. If I, oh my god, I don't think I like how it's coming out so far. This is how you know that you're tired. Oh my god, it's so bad. Um, hold on. We're not done yet, though. So, let's see. There's the mustache. That's supposed to be my lips, but it looks like I'm smiling with my teeth. Yeah, that's what I suspected. It's just looking like a cartoon. Like, it's basically almost the exact same thing as before, but just a cartoon version. That's what it would look like if I take 30 seconds to draw my face. That's what it looks like. Take like 5 minutes. No, that was like 10, 15 minutes. That was like 5 minutes. That's our figure drawing for today. If I were to put that drawing next to a picture of a duck, you'd be like, well, that's clearly his drawing of himself. So in that way, I would say that this drawing was a success. And that's my critique for today. I really liked, I feel like, this part always comes out basically pretty good. This part always comes out basically pretty good. I'm not even going to critique that one because that was a joke. Yeah, but like that much looks pretty good. So I'm just I can see where it was going, and if this wasn't here, I probably could have worked this paper so that the back of the head was better than the previous back of the heads that I've been drawing. Let's see. That was the anatomy that we did today, and this was the first exercise that we did today. Now let's maybe flip through our old drawings and do a little comparison. We've done the skull many times. We've done this many times. Let's see what else we got in here. Which way should I hold the book? Does it matter? La 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 do making myself small so we can see the book while I flip through our work. Okay, we did this one again. Lots of gesture drawings. These are kind of upside down. Yeah, so I guess I'll start this way. It doesn't matter. Those were the newer ones that we just did. Yeah, we have done lots. These are before I started doing videos, but that was on video. This was on video. These weren't so bad. I don't know. No, that I did that on my own. Yeah, so my drawings today is better than that, right? I mean, I can hold these now and I can compare. A do 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 do. See, yeah, I mean, this is an incomplete drawing, but in my opinion, professionally, this is way, way, way better than this. Oh, I forgot to name and date it. So this is April 5th, 2021, JSJ Butterfly Guy. Butterfly Guy. I kind of like that. And I probably did this way faster than I did this. Yeah, like you can see the nose is jank. Everything is jank on this one. And that was the end of January. But I only have like 2 weeks of experience in between that because I skipped like a whole month. We've done lots of skull work. We've seen the skull again, upside down, face vase again. This one's old, this one's new, but they're basically exactly the same. See, on this one, there's a swoop in the lip, like an S curve. What is it? There's like an extra curve here that I didn't do over here, and that's what tripped me up because I added in that extra curve on this side, but then I messed up on the chin. But that was my way of, sometimes you improve in one area, but you go backwards in another area that you were better at before. But consistently, like even though you go up and down in your skill level, you will those up and downs will consistently get better. So yeah, like that's a bad drawing. That was also the 3rd of January. This was an upside down drawing. We did that upside down. I showed you that earlier. Came out really good. This is an old drawing that we did a long time ago. So comparing the one that we did today to the one that we did over here, this one's cleaner. Like this one's just got lots of scribbles. And I copied the exact same shape and just repeated it, but for this one I actually tried to focus on what the book said. But the skull came out basically the same. The teeth are a mess over here. Um, and our drawings of the axis and the atlas and stuff is actually much better now. Like that one, this one's better than this one's better than this one, and this one's better than this one. So, la 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 la. Moving on. See, like, look, that's just. It's like the technique is off because I'm just not like using the pencil the same way. It's a sideways skull that we did. Do 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 do. Yeah, marker on top of pencil. That one just didn't work. The chin is coming down way too far. La 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 la. Yeah, so that one I messed up and had to go in with marker to hide the mistakes. You can see the gesture drawings are getting better. You know, not to say that any of them are bad. Like, it's not a bad drawing. It's just that consistently I've been getting better. So I would give this one like an 85 out of 100. Um, which is probably the same grade that I would have given this one, but having improved, the scale has changed. So even though like these got the same grade, um, this one is actually a better drawing. So isn't that like an interesting concept? So I don't know. Yeah, I'm serious. Like I would give them as an art teacher, I would give them the same grade, but this is definitely a better drawing because it's newer. So I would take everything into account. Like even the ones I know I tried way harder on this one than I did for this one. You can see the ones that took time. The shading, it's just so much. There's more shading. Ooh, that one's pretty good. At least over here, you know. But I don't have. That's what I was saying before. Like the back of the head, there's nothing, and this one with the hair, it comes all the way out to here, and I can see like the ghost of where it was going to be. Anyways, I just like to flip through my book so you guys can see. You know. Oh, here's an old skull that we did. I'm kind of curious to see the difference. What do you guys think? We did this 2 days ago, and we did this today. Like, I feel like I can almost put them on top of each other, and it would be exactly the same. Um, what do I have to say? I know I spend way more time working on this one. I really worked hard on this one. Not to say that I didn't work hard on this one, it's just like I think this one visually came out a little better, but I know that I spent way more time working on it. And then I did more today. Like I did this plus. So that's kind of what I want to do in the future is to like this is where we started and then we learned how to recreate it. We've gotten really good at drawing the skull and now we're moving on from there. Anyways, I don't know why I always have to have so much analysis, but I do. I have to have an analysis every single time. Yeah, I mean, you can just see how they're just all consistently, like, I think I started this way. I was like, what's going on? I started that way and I was going back. Yeah, like some of them are nice, but generally they don't look good. But these are old. This is even older in January. So now you can see going even further back, they're looking even worse. I really spent a long time doing that one, so it's different. Back then, I don't know. This was a 30-minute drawing, and I would give this. maybe even a higher grade because I know I tried harder on this one than I did. Like this was just casual. I did not spend 30 minutes drawing that, but this is a nicer face. So, I guess since I spent more time like actively trying to improve my skills just for this face alone, like I know all together and this is me discussing what it means to be an art teacher. Um, like today's work was doing this, all of this, and all of this. So I spent a lot of time drawing. I spent more than 30 minutes drawing that, but I know for this, on that day, I probably only spent like 30 minutes drawing. Like, I don't think I did any anatomy or anything for that. I don't know. I'm not sure. So, this might have even gotten a higher grade than this because I spent more time working hard to refine my skills, which resulted in this being a better picture because I've been working to add to my skills this whole time, which causes better pictures for less effort. So, yeah, if you want to make better pictures with less effort, you just have to keep adding to your repertoire. Like, just keep adding. Um, not yeah, just keep drawing, everybody. So yeah, as always, I only meant to make like a 30-minute to 45-minute video, hour max, and then it always turns into almost an hour and a half video. So like I said, I'm going. Oh man, this is the stupid part is if I do a hole puncher, I'm gonna punch holes in my drawings. So even putting them in a binder would be like I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this, everybody. I'm still gonna do the hole punch, but it is gonna mess up the work that I did today. Man, how am I gonna do this? I guess I'm just gonna have to only draw like on like not where the holes are. So this is just who I am. Thanks for following along with the video. Um, I really want to build a community of artists together. Whether you know how to draw or not, I'll teach you. I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it. So, this is 6 days in a row, and I'm kind of thinking of doing this every day for the rest of my life. So help me out on this journey. Do you want to say anything, guys? Bye, everybody. Hope you have a good time. And you could die at any moment, everybody. So live your life to the fullest. Thank you, Skull. That was a very nice thing to say to everybody. The next video that we do tomorrow is going to be the exact same thing. We're going to do this face vase, I keep saying experiment, exercise. Then we're going to draw our skull, maybe from the profile next time. And then we're going to draw the 7 cervical vertebra of the spine. Tomorrow we're going to go all the way down. We're going to add some more to the spine. And then we're going to do more gesture drawings and another final portrait. That was just a joke. I just wanted to see what would happen. This was really the finished piece for today, though. So, yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3. I'll put that in a binder and save it for tomorrow so that it'll be easier to compare our work. And that's it. Once again, Butterfly Square Garden, a place where you're free to be yourself. I love you guys. I want to meet you. Don't forget to like and subscribe or follow. Let's get to know each other. COVID's almost over, so I don't know. Just keep your goal in mind of like wanting to draw from life. Figure drawing. Even though I'm drawing from a camera right now, I would draw a lot from mirrors, but anything but photographs. Like that's just not fair. I mean, it works. I'm using photographs to practice my anatomy, but we really want to practice our figure drawing, so we can draw people from life, and then just set up an easel on any street corner and draw any face for any person for any price. I'm just kidding, but yeah, we'll make money off of this at some point. I never know how to end these videos. Bye bye. I'll see you in the morning. There's no way that you guys are gonna watch this whole video. They're really mostly for me. So I'm gonna end this video and upload it, and then watch it back, and then do it all again tomorrow, and not sleep all day like I did today. But hey, we got it. We got it done before the end of the day. So see you in the morning. Love you. Ciao. Adios. Adios.